The moment we arrived in Khorazm, I had this issue of like, where we gonna end up staying, because the house that I grew up was abandoned for like 10 years. No one was living there, so we had no choice but stay in the only one hotel in my city. We stayed in that hotel for a night. Went and visit my house. We basically went through the stuff, the leftover stuff. We found some notes, we found some notebooks from my old school. It was a lot of flashbacks, a lot of memories in that street, in that house, in that town. It made me actually appreciate what I have today, and to see if you have the will and if you have the passion and a little bit of luck. You need a little luck in this life to get out of that kind of hardship, that kind of environment where you don't have clean water. You probably can't even dream big in that town where like you have no hopes of future basically. And to be able to escape that reality and build this life for me, it's actually makes me more appreciate my parents, what they did for me. And yeah, it was a beautiful moment for me to remember again, like where I came from basically.
What is up, guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are in a beautiful city of Khiva, but it's the region called Khorazm, right?
The region is Khorazm. This is one of the oldest city. It's as old as Samarkand and Bukhara as gets.
Yeah, this is the hottest point in Uzbekistan right now. It comes from cooling point of Tashkent, then Samarkand, then warmer Bukhara, and then even warmer Khiva. Today we're going to be having these amazing people telling us about this beautiful architecture and the history of it. And her name is Papakha and then Izzat. Both of them are going to be our guests for this show, but we're guests here in their city. Guys, this is beautiful Papakha and this is the handsome Izzat. So today they're our guests. We're their guests, so they're going to be telling us about the beautiful towers. I don't know what they're called. Guys, so as I heard, basically Khiva is also known as like 3,500 years old, close to like 5,000 too. But more accurate, they're saying 2,500 years old, just as old as Samarkand and Bukhara. But if you look at the history books, you guys could probably dig into it. But right now we're gonna go inside and we're gonna be using a QR code, just like the metro that we used in Tashkent, to go in. Yep, one person in. Ihsan. This is beautiful. I've seen this only in videos, but not in real life. I've always wanted to come here, and thank you for bringing me. Guys, so everything that's highlighted in the blue right now, right here, is basically the old towers that are from like ancient times. And they're also like within the 26 hectares of land. These walls are 2,500 meters made out of clay. Basically, you can see that in the architecture of Bukhara and also Hazaras. We saw that yesterday, one of the towers that were falling down. We're also being told that within these old towers, around them, they're like mahallas. Mahallas meaning neighborhoods that people live in. It was acquired by UNESCO, and people were actually allowed to rebuild their houses within the terms of UNESCO, because these sites are really old and they want to keep it intact. And the houses that the mahallas build, they're supposed to look like the ancient times. They can't make it modernized. or more technological because it's protected by UNESCO's terms and agreements. When you enter these towers, it's called İçan Kalab, meaning İçan meaning inside the towers. That's what I really wanted to understand. I didn't really get that before.
And she told me Kala means actually a secured place with the wall.
Kala?
Yeah, so we are inside secured city or something like that as it translates.
Yeah. I would imagine like people like in the ancient times there would be soldiers all up there, you know, seeing all the other incoming tribes coming in for a fight or a war or something. In Dagestan they call it Papakha, and here what do they call it? Chugurma. So chugurma is basically, it's really dusty here and also sunny. It protects your head from the sun. You could see everybody's eye color from like wearing this chugurma, but they can't see your eyes because it just covers everywhere. People use it during summertime because of the sun and then the dust, and then in the winter from the cold, right? Is that what I got? So basically, there's also a tradition here in Khorazm. It's crazy tradition. I would have to tell. Older guys, if they had a daughter, a teenage daughter, 15-year-old daughter, they would basically get this chugurma and hit their daughter like 15 times. If she moved from her place, that meant like she's not ready for marriage, you know? But if she didn't move from her place, that meant like she could take the heat from her husband. Probably, right?
I don't know where we can translate this into, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is called the Kalta Minor. Also in Farsi or in Tajik language, Kalta means like short. So, short minor. It's a short one. So there's a taller one.
Yeah, there's a taller one further up.
Minara in Bukhara was built in 12th century, and this one was built in the 19th century, so it's just like 200 years old. So the guy named Muhammad Amin, he's basically a Khan. There are like 56 Khans out there, and he basically wanted to conquer part of Iran. Right now it's Turkmenistan. So basically when they lost the war, they couldn't build this tower to the end. That's why it's like unfinished. It's called the Short Tower, but the real name is Hakiki ismi neydi? But also the real name is Blue Tower, Blue Minara. So basically students who studied here also lived here. I guess it was just like a whole fraternity or like sorority. I don't think girls studied here. Kızlar bir yerde okuyan mı yoluna? So that was like a huge fraternity around here, just studying Islam and Quran, I guess. And right now it's turned into a huge hotel. This is the most beautiful hotel ever. So I guess all the Harvard students out there who, you know, just lay on the grass, study all day long, same thing. This was a huge yard for students to study. This is amazing. Now imagine for its time, this was like the Harvard of its time probably for Islamic studies. This is one of the rooms. We're going to room 100. Isan is already in there. Let's go. Be careful with the head. So basically, this is the room. Wow. This looks like my Manhattan apartment.
Anneanne, hvor er det? Vet på syvegget hvor er det?
And then this is a cubby here where they used to put the books. Obviously, I feel like, you know, any of the times, like the golden ages when people live, like especially students, they have to cram. You know what I mean? Same thing in New York City. You go to a huge city, you were lucky to get a small place. So any student that came here, they were like the luckiest guy to be able to study around here. That's how I feel like it, you know what I mean? Same thing with the apartment that I had in New York City. We had to share with like so many people, yeah. Amish used to live in Khiva, and I didn't know that personally. Like what I was surprised that Amish used to live in Khiva during that time back in the days, and that was amazing for me because I never saw that coming. Did you know Amish people used to live here?
Amish people?
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Amish people from Pennsylvania and Ohio. Yeah, so basically they actually came from the like the Eastern Europe, like the Russia part. When they didn't want to go to war, I guess they were recruited to go to war. They're like, we're not going to war. and then they escaped to here, to Khiva, bro. And then they gave 50 hectares, I don't know how square meters is that, like 15 kilometers from here, from this city. And then during the Depression time, 1937, in America, they all fled to America. Can you imagine?
Bro,
I didn't know this. I didn't know this at all.
I've been in this country for so long. I've been born in this city. I mean, not in this city, this region, but I never heard this kind of story.
Some of the people are here white, including Isan. I felt like you were Amish, bro. I think you're Amish. You were Amish too, bro. Probably should move to Pennsylvania or Ohio. Get a horse? So Amish people are actually from Germany. They don't want any war based on their religion. They don't like war and all that stuff. It's like the show your other cheek kind of stuff, you know? They're the ones who built a lot of the stuff here in Khiva. It turns out one of the towers here is called Khiva Kasal Khona. The hospital of Khiva, they're built in 1912. They also built
Station.
the power station and also telegraph too. Telegraph. Yeah, and then they dipped. They went to America. They went to America for... So basically, the Khan used to sit over here. This is where his presidential desk was. He was working from here. All the people who visited Khiva, they stood below him, and then he addressed them in the matters of any business, politics, or I guess anything that has to do with community. Yeah, the picture, if we could find it, we'll pull it up. The Germans, and then they found. So basically, this part of the room is basically, this is where all the meetings happened. Yeah.
During the winter, so like when outside is freezing cold, they would come in, and if you see the structure, it's so like not too big, not too small, just to make sure that the rooms are always kept warm. The bigger room is, it's harder to keep it warm.
So basically, the map that we saw earlier when we entered the palace, I would call it a palace or the kingdom. Now we could see the map in real life, basically on the palm of our hands. We're gonna be going up 100 meters to the tower. So basically, this tower was built during the Zoroastrianism times. That's the religion before Islam or any religion that came around this part of the world. Yeah, a lot of the people were Zoroastrians, including the people here in Samarkand too. We still have all the customs too, like the fire, going around the fire during like the thing. That's from them, yeah, Zoroastrianism. This is where basically people defended their kingdom. They stayed over here with their spears and arrows, looking down on an enemy that are coming down from there. So basically, all these towers over here, there were soldiers all around them, on the tip of them, and if they saw incoming soldiers coming at them, like the enemy side, they would let go like huge big rocks, yeah. And that's where they say bowling came from, but most of the credibility goes to America. But that's
The first version of the bowling.
bowling of the human beings. So guys, so when people wanted to be recognized back in the days, so right now, people want to get verified on Instagram and TikTok, like me and Asan. We working our butts off for that. So same thing happened back in the day. So if they want to get verified by the community, they created their own kind of like coins, right? With their name on it. Guys, this is the bread of Khorazm. You guys seen the bread of Samarkand? And this is the bread of Khorazm. Wow. This is so good, you know?
They're taking the thing in the sound of it.
Feels, you know?
Oh my god, this is so thin. It's so tasty, oh my god.
Tandır içi yokmuş. Kadraga olması flavor.
Oh, this is so good. Guys, look at this. This is so good, oh my god. It's like a pizza bread. It's like a pizza crust without any tomatoes, right?
That's what I was saying. I used to apply a fresh tomato on top,
And pizza for you.
Yeah, that was really good. It brings back a lot of memory.
Melted cheese. My hands are burning. This just came out from tandoor. It's on my fingertips. Pizza. Как pizza, huh? Guys, so Zakhobat needs to leave. We're gonna continue our journey in Khiva. Thank you so much. Rahmat katakon sizga. Non.
Rahmat, rahmat.
We're katta oling.
Safarlaringiz bexatar bo'lsa, o'zlaringiz yeysizlar.
Xo'p, rahmat katakon. Rahmat, salomat bo'ling. Guys, so this is a mosque, and this is a 1,000-year-old mosque. This is insane. They built this in 10th century. It's amazing. I've seen this only in videos, and I was like, I want to go here. I want to come here, and I'm finally here. Oh my God. So basically, we're going to exit these whole towers. We came in from the west gate, and now we're going to the east gate. There's so much to see here, so much beauty. But the most important thing that I wanted to see was the masjid where they prayed, because I always seen it in like music videos or like videos out there. Guys, so we're gonna wrap it up over here. Khiva, you've been amazing. I've fallen in love with you. It's a beautiful city. We saw all the old cities, but Khiva is great. Beautiful architecture. It looks amazing. I hope to see like more of this, like in Iran, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan. Those countries have the similar kind of architecture. I love it. What do you think about it, Ehsan?
Bro, I'm amazed. I learned so much today. Thanks to the locals here. Thanks to Izzateke and our tour guide, Papakha.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for everyone.
Sizga kattakon rahmat. Thank you so much for the whole tour. Yeah.
And that's how we wrapped our trip to Khorazm, and we took a flight back to Tashkent, where we spent a couple more days till I get my passport. And the moment I got my passport, I really wanted to just get out from that country. So yeah, we just had to dip as soon as possible.